Hey guys, it's part 2 of week 1 distance learning. So I'm not sure why my video cut off, but it did. So here's my attempt at finishing without making a part 3. So this is the answers to the part it cut me off on. It's basically determining if it's direct variation by looking at the equation. So if you want to look at these and then figure it out, awesome. If you have questions about it, please let me know. All right, looking at the next page, example number 1. So this says, assume that y varies directly as x. If y equals -12 when x equals -4, what is the constant of variation? So it's asking us to find k. So we're going to use, it's telling us it's direct, so y equals kx. So we're going to substitute in values that we know. So we already know that y is -12. We don't know k, that's what we're trying to find, and we know that x is -4. So solving for k, divide both sides by -4. So we get k equals +3, because -12 divided by -4 is 3. This cancels out. So that is our constant of variation for that one. Now, doing the same thing for number 2. Assume that y varies directly. So we're going to use y equals kx. As if y equals 24 when x equals -3, what is the constant of variation? So again, we're trying to find k. So y is 24 equals k times -3. Dividing both sides by -3, we're going to get k equals -8, sorry. So that's our constant of variation. Now, it's really important that you read the directions because sometimes it might ask you to go a step further. So these were only asking for the constant of variation. Number 3 and number 4 and 5 and 6 ask you to go a step further. So you have to find the constant of variation first, and then you have to do something else. So assume that y varies directly as x if y equals -12 when x equals -4. Find x when y equals 15. So direct variation is a line. It's a line that goes through the origin. Like any other line, it has different points. So what this is telling us is that one point is -4, -12. So basically what they're asking you to do is find the other point that has a y value of 15 and tell them what the x value is. So to do this, the first thing you want to do is find the the constant of variation. So using y equals kx, because it tells us that it's directly, we're going to use the first point, -12 equals k times -4. Divide both sides by -4. We get k equals +3. Now, probably noticed that's the same as number 1. Yes, I know. So, found the constant of variation. This is where we stopped with number 1. But now we're going to go a step further. We need to find that other point, the x value of that other point. So to do that, we're going to still use y equals kx. But in this case, we know what y is. Y is 15. We now know what k is because we just solved for it. So k is 3. What we don't know, what we're trying to find, is x. So to do this, divide both sides by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 5 equals x. So basically, the 2 points that we know that are on this line are -4, -12, and 5, 15. Same idea or concept with number 4, except instead of trying to find x, we're trying to find y. So the first thing you want to do, find your constant of variation. So y equals kx. It tells us here that it is directly. So y is -21. We need to find k. X is 7. Dividing both sides by 7, we get k equals -3. That's our constant of variation. Now we're going to use that to find y. So we're still using y equals kx. So we don't know what y is. That's what we're trying to find. But we know that k is -3 times x is 9. Okay, then you just multiply. -3 times 9 is going to be -27. This is going to be our answer. All right, moving on to number 5 and number 6. Number 5 and number 6 are real world problems. By the way, if I'm going too fast, remember you can always slow it down. You can always pause. YouTube has this cool feature where you can slow down the rate of the video. So if you need to do that, do that. So the amount of money spent varies directly. There's our directly with the amount of minutes used on a cell phone. Before I was telling you the variables. Y varies directly to X. And notice that Y always came first. Y varies directly as X. Y varies directly as X.